dropped one. It's gone forever. Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Disabled in Nature. Today I'm starting my garden for the year, so I have to head to the gardening center to grab some seeds and some started plants because I've waited a little bit too long to start some things from seed in my garden. So I figured I would take you with me. This is the first time I've ever been to the garden center by myself, and that's because I never would have done it before because I didn't have this van and I couldn't take my power wheelchair with me. And so it would have been really difficult to go to the garden center alone. I wouldn't have felt as confident because I would have had to have used my travel power chair. And the difference between using that and using this custom chair is like the difference between driving a go-kart in a Cadillac. I'm so much more able in this power chair. So I'm excited to do the brave thing and go to the garden center by myself. Let's go. I had to park on an angle like this because there were no van accessible spaces left. Oh well. I didn't get as much as I wanted because I got in there and it turns out that maneuvering a shopping cart from a wheelchair is harder than I thought it was going to be. So Aaron and I are gonna have to go back to a garden center probably tomorrow to get the rest of the big plants and like pots and things that I wanted. But I did get some seeds, so we can do a little seed haul. I dropped one. It's gone forever. This van has a dropped floor, so it's literally like 3 feet down. What was it? The parsley. I dropped the parsley. I'm planting parsley not to eat, but because there's a species of butterfly that lays its eggs and its caterpillars eat only parsley, which I discovered when I was trying to grow parsley a couple of years ago, and there were some caterpillars on it, and I was like, those are cute, and then the next day, the parsley was gone. Okay, what do we get? I don't really have any rhyme or reason or method when I'm shopping for seeds. I kind of just look at what's there, and then I get what I want. At the beginning of every season, I plan out my garden, I plan out what I want to eat, what I have space for, and then I just write out a little list of notes on my phone of what seeds I want to get. So what do we get? I got some lettuce mix. It's not technically lettuce, it's technically mesclun mix. A colorful mixture of lettuce and mustard greens. And then you'll see this is a different brand than this. So I also got some beans because I love green beans and they're so easy to grow and they're so fun to pick. I always get the bush variety because I don't have a lot of room in my garden because we don't have a very big yard, and also I think a large garden would be a lot to manage for me. Grows in bushes like 1 to 2 feet tall. You can grow this in a container. I love growing green beans. Green beans and basil, if I had to only grow 2 things, that's what I would grow. I bought some spinach because I love to have spinach in my salads. Cucumbers. I found this variety called a muncher, which just grows like a bunch of teeny tiny cucumbers, which I'm really interested in. I've tried to grow cucumbers for pickling in the past, and it has simply not worked. The cucumbers just die shortly after flowering, and I don't know, they just kind of shrivel up, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm gonna try again because I can't be stopped. Got some dill. Dill is always great. Love dill. It's just tasty. I got fern leaf dill. Compact and slow to flower. We like that. And then basil. We all know I love basil. It's easy to grow. You can grow it in small containers. It's tasty. The more you cut it, the more it grows. Basil is great. Love basil. Leaves are perfect for pesto, tomato sauces, and salads. Okay, that's my seed haul. I'm gonna drive home now. I don't think I'm gonna get to planting today because it by the time I get home, and I think it's gonna be raining. I don't know too much about certain species of bees, but do they burrow? Because I think I almost buried one alive. I was filling in the garden with compost when I realized that there was a bee flying around. It was really, really angry at me, and it kept going back to this corner that I had just put dirt over. And so I uncovered it a little bit, and there's really nothing to see down there. But when I uncovered it, another bee came out. They were like little bumblebee type looking things. And then the bee that was mad came and they like almost hugged and then flew away together. So I think maybe they were a couple little lovebirds hanging out down there and I almost accidentally killed them. So this is a reminder to always be paying attention to things when you're out in the garden, because you never know whose wife you might have just buried. There it is. You see it now?
Okay, it is undetermined amount of days later, and Aaron and I never got around to going to the plant store, so I'm going today by myself. And to solve my large cart issue, I remembered that I had this little IKEA cart. So I cleaned that off because it's been outside for a while, and I'm gonna try and bring that with me and see if it works. So we're gonna get some tomatoes, some jalapenos, and some marigolds. I'm having to park like a jackass again diagonally because once more there were no van accessible spaces. I have parked like this more than I have parked regularly.
All right, I'm all done. Now all I have to do is water in the plants, but I think everything is looking pretty good. So let me give you a little tour. So this is where the lettuce will be. You can kind of see them. You can almost see the little babies. They've got some growing up to do yet. Here's the spent garden cart and some more marigolds. I always plant marigolds every year because I find that they keep the rabbits away. I didn't plant them last year and my garden was a complete failure because the rabbits came in and they just ate everything. But if you plant marigolds around the border, they stay away. They don't like the smell or something. Here's all my little beans. They're sprouting up nicely. See that nice marigold border? And then we've got our little tomatoes and jalapeno over there. So yeah, there is that. Thanks for coming along on this garden planting out journey. I wanted to show you me planting out my garden this year just to prove that anyone can be a gardener. I feel like people get in their heads about, oh, I can't do that because of this or that adjective about themselves. I'm not physically fit enough. I don't look like the kind of person that you think would garden. Anyone can garden. I hope you took that away from this video. It's been really fun for me. This is the first year I've done this independently. Usually I have to have someone come with me to the garden center and things. So this has been really fun. Thanks for coming with me, and more outdoor content to come. All right, happy gardening. Don't forget to get outside, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.